Yes. So, Oscar, the thing is too important to understand here right now. We have, what this is the thing. This is JNCIS security we are going to study today. And JNCIS security, we need to understand some basic fundamentals of the applications, the routers, the switches, how the packet forwarding going on, what type of policies, what type of controls we're going to provide. What so that is the applications management and orchestrations. So how the if you know about the applications firewall, the packet stateful packet firewalls, how the things gonna working, and then the identifying and policy controls, how the what type of different zones we're gonna create it. Because the zones we need to create everywhere, okay, at every firewall. Like suppose you're gonna use it some Juniper firewalls, you're gonna use some checkpoint firewall, you're gonna use some Cobalto firewall, whatever. So we need to create some LAN to WAN zone, WAN to LAN zone, and then WAN to DMZ zone, to multi zones. Okay. So the matter of fact that you need to understand the policy. So what type of policies we control. So we need to bind the policies on the zones. So my basic questions to you right now. Suppose you are going to configure a firewall device, right? So what is the steps? What are the right steps? What is the process to configure a firewall? Suppose you are going to purchase a Juniper firewall, and what sort of things you're gonna do it step by step processes. Tell me.
Like you said, to the zones, so apply the policies to the zones, and then separate the land, like the trust from the trust to the untrust. The untrust is usually the I mean, you could call it any name, but by default, that the untrust is the WAN, and the trust is the land. And if you have a DMZ, you could create a zone from the DMZ to the WAN, and vice versa. My thing when I tried
Yes,
doing
yes.
that in the past, the zones when you create a zone going to and from like the trust and untrust, like there was times where, like, let's say if you create multiple zones, it's like you had to do it vice versa. So I was always kind of puzzled, like, how does that work vice versa? And let's say, like, I saw a config where you had to put the untrust to trust another untrust. Like, let's say you had another local LAN or something like that, or two different WANs. That's when it gets, like, itchy in my head. So it's just practice, I guess. But basically, you collect the interfaces. With us, you do the zones because that's the stateful packet um, stateful packet protection, and you put the policies, like, for the applications to cover the like the port 80, 44, or 4443, or anything you want to protect, to watch faithfully. And I think, yeah, the policies to the zones, and I think that's it.
Okay, okay, understand. So what I'm trying to tell you, first of all, you have purchased any firewall devices like Juniper or any firewalls. The first step you need to perform is interface configurations. Okay, what
Hmm.
doing the interface configurations? Interface configurations, it means that you have some management plan, control plan, and data plan. You have seen, you have studied, right? You know that the control plan is there, the data plan is there. What about the management plan? How do you manage your firewall? Like a Juniper device, a full auto device, like your checkpoint device, how do you going to manage it? You can gonna manage it from any interfaces,
Uh,
right?
yeah, the
Yes.
control
So
plane. Yeah.
we have some we have some public phase interfaces and we have some private phase interfaces. Yes, please. Go ahead. Tell me that how do you configure the interfaces?
Uh, what do you mean, like the ports themselves?
Yes, you're right. How do you management plan gonna working?
uh, um, I mean, it's like a separate VLAN. Uh, so I mean, like you just configure it so that it's two ways. I think I'm seeing how you could do it. You could just use any port, and then by default, that some devices have a management port. I never actually really like understood the management actual port. If it's just a port and you just configure the IP and then you just have a VLAN for that, or but I know like at my job we have management, and that the management for the OOB or whatever, we use that to do anything for the control plane, and then usually that's the route we used to go out, especially to the internet and stuff to connect all the devices. So it's basically configuring an IP and network just for just management purposes to connect the devices and able to, you know, connect to devices like by Uber or SSH.
Okay. So I have another thing is before going to proceed. So this is the things I will want to teach you. Wait a second here. So we have Juniper firewall. Okay, Juniper firewall we have. So there are two scenarios comes to the picture right now. Two scenarios. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
scenarios we need to perform the tasks. Okay. The first one is new installations. New installation of the device. Juniper. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the another perspective, another scenario is you need to migrate. Okay, so suppose you have Juniper old device available or device two Juniper new device. Wait a second, please. Hello. So, so this is the scenario, right?
Yeah.
So because right now, Oscar, what I'm trying to tell you is this: because you are working in corporate environment, okay? In the corporate environment, you have faced the issues, okay? Like day-to-day activities, like new installation of firewall, a new site, new branch you have. Suppose you have opened a new branch in different location, and you need to install a new firewall device like Juniper. First thing, okay? And suppose you're working in a company where the existing Juniper firewall is gonna working. Suppose your company is Juniper firewall gonna working, and you need to migrate to the new Juniper firewall. Okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
old device is available, and you need to migrate to the new device.
Okay.
Here, so we have this scenarios available. the basic fundamentals of any firewall you're going to manage it. Okay. The second thing is what you're going to do it. If we have new firewalls available, firewall implementations, right? So what you're going to do it? New firewall configuration. So you don't have any configurations, you don't have any backup plan available. So then you can restore it like in we need to work on the migration sort of things. So everything is new, right? So first of all, first step, these are the steps to configure firewall, right? So I don't know have you have idea about it, have configured or not configured the firewalls till now. I don't have any idea, but I would like to tell you what is the right approach of configuring new firewall. Okay. So
Okay.
first of all, suppose you there's a box packed firewalls in your company, and your CEO or your company CTO or your company manager would ask you, "Hey, Scott, come on, we have firewall available in okay, and you need to configure as per the requirement." Okay. So first of all, you need to understand at the configuration part, right? We don't have to go for planning sort of things. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Because planning out sort of things you can do later as well. No problem with it. But we are the technical things. You're a technical manager or technical person. You need to configure straight away. No problem with this. So the thing is to understand first of all, you need to plug the cable. The cable is available. Okay, this is LAN RJ45. Okay, and aux cable is available with the new box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is cables available into the box. Then what you're going to do, you have to plug this cable to the firewall and configure management interface. Okay, so what do you mean by management interface? Okay, so management interface is there is you can access and control of the device. This is separate code available, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a separate code available. You can just check into any devices currently in the market, like Firewall to device or Checkpoint or Juniper. A separate code available in the hardware devices. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
once you have plugged in this, then you required default IP address and password, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the default IP address and default password is mentioned on the booklet, right? Suppose you don't have the ID password available, so what you going to do it? Go to the Google, Juniper, default ID and password. Okay, so this is the IP address is 192.168.1.1. This is the default IP address. of your device. So any type, whatever type of your device you can purchase in Juniper. Okay. There's a, there's a default IP address, default password, and default IP address provided. So my dear friends, we have to go there. This is Juniper at the rate 123. This is your ID and password. Okay. So my dear friend, this is the thing. So user name is admin and password is Juniper 123. Understand?
Yeah.
So you need to provide an ID and password. But before it is going to connect, okay, you should change your system or laptop, whatever, with same IP range. Make sense?
Yeah.
So suppose you're going to use the IP address 192.168.1.1. This is the default IP address. IP for Juniper device. Understand? So what you're going to do, you need to this 192.168.1.1 device, default IP address of Juniper, this is the username admin and the password is Juniper 123. And you need to change your system's IP address with same range. You can provide your system range is 192.168.1.10 or whatever. 10, 11, 20, 40, whatever. You can use it. And then you're just going to be enter into the device. So your first step is done. Whatever devices you want to configure, like you're going to configure a checkpoint, like you configure a Palo Alto device, like if I'm going to configure some Sonic or Dell device, to any device, you need to provide this sort of things. Okay, and then what you're going to do it? Management IP. Once you enter into this particular things, then you can provide a management IP address as per you plan. As per your planning, suppose you want to providing 172.168.16.20. This is the management IP address. So you can provide as per you like it. Okay, as per your management suggest, as per your company suggest. This would be the IP address. So the management IP address required just because of how we going to access. Right. So this is the first things we want to perform it. So this is your management interface IP address configured. You just log into the device. Okay. So you have two options available. What options? You can use it from CLI or GUI based. So Juniper is basically SRX. If you know that the SRX, VSRX, virtualized SRX environment, right? So in virtualized platforms, we can going to use it from we need to log in through the CLI mode as well. Okay, so we have options available. We have to going to log into the CLI or we can going to log into the GUI based, whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Okay, dear. So this is the first things we have to cover it. We have done it. So I will, once we're going to configure the device, then I will ask you the same questions. That what we're going to do it. So keep this. Remember, I will send this file to you as well. Okay. The second step. What are you going to perform it? Any ideas you would like to share to me? So we can going to configure these things, whatever you can.
Well, I know you when I'm on the CLI, you gotta change the root password, and then you gotta set up. You gotta be in systems um, to super user and what else? Yeah. So once you pass that part, the root password and everything, you're able to configure the device. So then you can set up your I mean, depending what's the plan, but I mean, there are a lot of things that are there by default, the zones and stuff. You just add in the IPs.
IP address change you have, then you have changed the user ID. If you will user ID and password and create users as for the privilege. Okay,
Hmm.
no problem with it. You have done it. So this is the completed things you have mentioned. In the management IP address, you have to change the IP address. You just have to provide the username and the password. You need to change it to your device. That's it. That is you have done it. What is next? Any things you would like to share to me, sir? This is with the things we can configure.
Um, yeah, I mean, usually I just create a super user, and then once I'm able to change the password, I'm able to use the root, and so then I just just configure the zones, and then once I configure the zones and the policies, I'm able to connect. So I haven't really gone any further than that, really.
So, Oscar, what I'm trying to tell you is here, until unless you don't have the license, you cannot use any zones, my dear friends. If you going to configure your zones, it is not going to be applicable. It's not going to work until unless your device is not registered, right?
Unless your device is what?
Your, I will tell you, you need to register your device. What do you mean
Uh,
by registrations? Understand? Do you know that how to register your device?
no.
Oh, yeah, I will let you. I will let you. Simple for example. So suppose I will going to provide you some examples here. So, suppose this is one firewall. I'm going to do some demo like so on. Okay, this is a checkpoint. This is a Dell device. Dell device is this. So we have next generation firewalls available. We can run there and then we any device. This is a demo. So this is the licenses. We need to use it. This is the this is managed security online services. So this is mysonyfault.com. You need to go there and then you need to register your device. Juniper activations portal, right? So licenses technology over there, and you need to register your device first of all. Until unless you're not going to register your device, the features will not get it. Okay, this is a different license AX series, SRX series, managed licenses, and number of things. So what you're going to do, you have to go to Juniper. So first of all, what I'm trying to tell you, after you need to create your account first of all, okay, on the Juniper site. If you have a account or not, I buy the subscriptions. The Trump is 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. Okay, so the number of licenses available. Like if I'm going to try to provide you a demo. So this is the device, okay? This is the Sonic Phone. This is Sonic Phone device available, and these are some licenses available. So nodes, application control, application virtual, content filtering, capture client, deep packet instructions sort of things, virtual assistant, global VPN client enterprise, SSL VPN. So these are some licenses we require. Until unless your device is not licensed, you cannot use the feature. Okay. So as per Juniper, if you're talking about, we have some 1 year, 3 year, and 5 years. This is separate costing apart from your box. Box has a separate costing and license have a separate costing. Okay. So once you're going to configure, once you're going to install any firewall devices, so what you're going to do it, first you need to go for a subscriptions to your device, subscribe your devices. So what do you mean by subscriptions? We have some standard licenses, we have advanced licenses, and we have some premium licenses. Okay, so in the premium licenses, we have going to be in what different support tickets, support licenses, and everything we need to find it. So first of all, we have to premium licenses. We're gonna use it. We have some standard, advanced licenses, and also we have some premium licenses we're gonna use. So this is the three things we're gonna use it as per the requirement. Okay, so this is the things you're gonna use it. So I'm just gonna send you this page to you. It's going to learn the license requirement. Okay, activation model. How do you activate the license of your device? This is also very mandatory. Until unless you're not able to going to be license your device, suppose this is your device, and you cannot use this license. So suppose this is active service. This is not licensed, so you cannot use this license. Suppose this is the IDS, IPS, or SSL VPN. If it is not licensed, you can't use it. And another thing is your device like that. Suppose you cannot get the support from the Juniper if you face any issues later on. Okay, and there is no hardware warranty of your device. So you just find out this thing and also license for it. So it is depend on you. You will be going for the 1 year license or 3 year license or 5 years license, and separate costing is there for the license as well. Okay, and we have this is things, and in this we have check it out. We have 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. With this, your license validity, like here too. So this license will be expired on 9 October 2021. Okay, so the matter of fact that if you not register your device, you need to get all features availability. Okay, and what the advantage of the live activation? The Juniper company or Juniper team is camping on the yes, this device this serial number is used with this company. Okay, so like this, I will going to open it and in Juniper. Okay, so same times you will get this particular console from this one. You're going to log into this particular console, provide your email ID. What email ID? Your company email ID or your official email ID?
My email?
No, not here. I'm not talking about here.
Oh,
Once you're
oh,
going to purchase the devices, then you need
oh,
to
oh.
provide your email ID, going to register.
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to also use for you. I'm going to send you right away. Wait a second here. So try to figure out all things. Okay, this is one thing you're going to use it, and this is the license guide. You're gonna use it for licensing the things of the beginning to devices, right? And another thing is so what you're going to do it if you're going to create your own labs. First of all, what you're going to do it, you need to create your accounts on the Juniper. Okay, so you're going to offer the file. Okay, send sample ID, config enterprise is going to come and wireless is this. We have some devices available. These are extra right here, right? So implement, of course, you need to register into the device, and then we need to go to the select the reselect software which you're going to use it. Okay, this is the download option available, and we have different version availability. This download result for VSRX evaluations. Okay, this is the evaluation period. This SRVSRX evaluation period. This is the version number 19.2, and then there it is going to go down, and then the Hyper-V image. We have KVM appliance, VMware appliance is available. Okay, ID and VMware appliance with SKZ. That's over. Right. So as per you going to be use you can be what download the image which you're gonna use it. Okay, so this is the Hyper-V image. Suppose you are going to install this particular image on the systems 2012 server in a virtualized Hyper-V platform. Okay, and the KVM format. Suppose you have availability of the VMware workstation sort of things, so you can want to use it. So and the VMware workstations, this is the used for your VMware environment. This is also you're going to use for the VMware environment. So if you're going to implement the KVM profile, okay, so KVM, so you're just going to download this particular. If you have availability of VMware, then you can go to install this particular. If you are Hyper-V available, then you're going to be use this particular image. So as per the use cases, you're going to be download the image. Is the image available? So I'm going to download this one, and I will going to provide you this particular accessibility so that you can download the image of things. So once you're going for the practical things, so it is required. Okay, so you just want to download the image from your. If you have systems availability, you can go download and installations things you're going to perform as per what I'm suggesting to you, what I'm going to advise to you. Sometime later, if you don't have the things available, then don't worry about it. I'm your instruction. I will going to help you each and every piece. Okay. So this is the downloads availability. And so that suppose you require some knowledge base, and you need to go to the knowledge base and then you find it more information about how to configure, how do you manage. So this is the knowledge base. Okay, so just knowledge base and different changes is going on right now in the Juniper. So you will find out each and every details. Okay, and you require some more different things like knowledge base, advisory, technical bullet points, tech notes. You just going for different things and you will find out. Okay, it's your my Juniper. You need to create your accounts. This is the dashboard of Juniper. So thing is going to time doing it. So this is the accounts. You need to be just create your accounts. What I will gonna create my account later on. No problem with this. So this is for you to create your accounts. Okay. This is the required. Correct. I will gonna create no problem with this. Create my account and then we're gonna go with it. Okay. So this is the things we are talking about here. We're going to back again. So once you're going to register your device, okay, on the website, okay, online. This is for online only. No offline things available. If you're going to do offline, then there is no use of it. Okay, once you have, you know what, provide the registrations, okay, then the key will be generated. The key will be generated or PRO provided by vendor. Okay, the key will be provided. What does it mean? What do you mean by key? Just take a look here. Activation key. So we required, you know what, once you log into the online device and it will be registered. Okay, so there is nothing else. But if you have the device available, suppose you're going to migration sort of things, so the key you required, what is the use of case of key? So this is the things done there with this particular device. And a key, if you're going to enter the manual upgrade, you need to provide the key and then you need to provide apply. Right? So suppose you have worked on the 1 year and your license is going to be expired. So how do you activate your license? You need to provide the key here. Okay, this is what. But once you purchase a new device, the key will be available. Hello, Oscar?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right, right. Okay, dear. So this is the things we have studied over there. This is the second step. So before we go into security implementations, zone creations, this is the basic fundamentals. We should be clear, my dear friend. That's what required. Because we are corporate persons, we implement number of devices till now. In my life, I have configured more than 700 to 800 firewalls. Not about the Juniper, different vendors. FortiGate, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Juniper, and WatchGuard, and yeah, there are the numbers of which is enterprise required. So I have my own team, and I am going to provide the information to my team how they are going to implement, how they are going to configure a firewall, there is specific steps we're going to follow it. So these are the some steps which I'm going to tell you. This is very important in the corporate environment once you're going to configure any device for any company or firewall, whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need to configure some security, we need to configure zones, we need to configure the policies. Yes, but the matter of fact that what is the right approach to doing the configurations of the device? Your basic fundamentals should be clear. Okay? This is architecturing of your network devices. That sort of things you need to understand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
we have third step. So any guesses what you're going to do it? Suppose your device is registered. You have configured your device. Then third step, what you're going to perform? Just guess what sort of things. I will
Uh,
going to modify it. Yeah.
uh, go back. I mean, set up the network. I mean, once you get the license on,
Yeah, yeah, right. So what's networks you gonna set up?
your
What
for your internal and the WAN, or and if you have other zones or VLANs to go out to the internet.
okay, that yes, you're right. You're right. You have good frame of mind, I think, this time. Right. So yes, you're right. So we need to configure LAN, WAN, and P and Z zones. We can say not right now zones configurations, the interfaces. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by interfaces? It's your physical interfaces. Interfaces. So suppose I'm going to provide some images over there. Suppose we have this firewall available. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Yeah, this is. So suppose this is one firewall, right? So what we're going to do it, my friend, we need to first of all we have licensed the things, then we need to go to the interfaces. Firewall settings, this is applications, designing, firmware, firmware, yes. Yes, we can go for the firmware validations same time. Yes, before we're going to configure the interfaces. Right, yes, networking is there, and interfaces. Okay, dear. So we will go into the, go for, what we can say that the backup or firmware upgradations. But until unless there is no network on the device, you cannot do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you're going to do is this is the LAN zone, this is the WAN zones, this is the different interfaces available of your firewall. Okay, like this is, and with the portion ports, and then you have to find out the different interfaces of a firewall. Okay, these are some interfaces available. The same thing like your Juniper as well, different interfaces available. This is your physical interfaces. So that is why I'm going to tell you this. You need to configure the LAN. What's the LAN interface? What is the WAN interface? Which is the interface we use for DMZ zones? Interface we're going to use it. Okay. So we also going to say that in the firewalls, okay, L2 ports, L2 ports, and we have some L3 ports. What do you mean by L2 or L3 ports? Any ideas? L2 port is switch.
Layer two switch. Yeah.
Yes, switching door frames moving. Okay, that like a switch. Okay, dear, and we can gonna use it same time as a routing. Okay, moving to the interface. Okay, okay, And we can gonna create virtualized interfaces. Okay. We can use also virtual interface. What do you mean by virtual interface? Suppose this is the interface available. This is the x0, this is x1 is there. So this is the x1 is there. Then I'm going to configure it. Okay, there is over there. Okay, this is this small external diagnostic is there. Okay, this is the code is here. We have to go to configure it this code. And what we're going to do it, my dear friend, we need to go for some virtualization. Second, of negotiations are options. We go there. Okay. So same things we're gonna perform on the virtual interfaces. We just going there again. So this is the example I'm going to show it to you right away. This is the one. Okay, and this is what? This is tap mode. Okay, and wide mode. So these things available. This is the tap mode. Okay, so tap mode means testing port. Okay, and a wide mode is also this is I2 ports. So we can configure the port in different types: static, DSCP, point protocol, TPTP, L2TP, and wired tap. And we can also configure the IP address, subnetting, gateway, and the DNS, and what type of management sort of things you're gonna provide. Okay, so this interface is accessible from the outside or not. This is depend on the HTTP or HTTPS you want to provide it. This is HTTP is provided. Suppose I'm going to access this particular IP address from the web. The same device will be open. So it is security breach. SSH is there. I can going to install SSH, the putty softwares, and I'm going to access this device from the SSH. So you need to disable the things always. So what I'm going to do is here we have to L2 ports, L3 port, and virtual ports interfaces configurations. Okay, and we need to provide some IP addresses, subnet, gateway, okay, use cases, everything as the physical interfaces you can configure as per your plan. Okay, so what do you mean by company plan? So we have some IP addresses, subnet, gateway, the same firewall, okay, and management accessibility. So this is sort of things you need to be configured on the interfaces, physical interfaces I'm talking about here. Okay, and same time you need to test whether internet is running or not. If the internet is running on the devices, okay. So the thing is important to understand here. So L3 ports, this is your routing is going on. This is your public port, public IP. Big IP address configuration. Okay, it's like ISP IP addresses you need to be configured. So the L2 port is there. It's gonna working like your things. It's your LAN port. Okay, so your local multicast traffic. Okay, dear. So this is your title code, and this is your virtual interface. You can use as per your requirement. Okay. And another code is management code. Management code is which is used for accessibility of the device. Right. So this is the configurations of your device, of your interfaces of your firewall. So if you're going for the virtualized platforms, if you're going for the physical interface, physical devices, so the concept remains same everywhere. Right, Oscar?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the thing is there, you need to configure the things. So what is the next step you want to perform it?
The next step, I mean, in detail, the only thing left out is the zones and the policies.
No, 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 no. You're going to rock away.
You gonna what?
Just rock away same time. Going to configuration everything. Just slow and steady. Win to this. Yes, we will configure the zones, weak policies. Yes, we can, but not right now because this is the initial configurations of your device. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
what we're going to do it? We need to upgrade the firmware. Latest, not beta. What what do you mean by beta version?
Uh, like a prototype, like the testing.
Yes, yes, the testing version. So do not install the testing version firmware on the firewall devices. Okay.
Okay.
If you're going to install the beta version on the firewall device, it is really painful for you in the production environment. Suppose there is some issues going on, and you need to log a complaint against your Juniper device to the team. The team will not want to help you out same time. They will say that we are going to working on it. It's in development mode right now. Our developers are working to fix this bug. So there is a huge problem for you. You need to uninstall, revert back with your firmware to the some older version of your firmware. Okay, but whatever the configurations, the policies you have configured on the same newer version of your device of your firmware, it will be clashed sometimes. It will not gonna working on that older version of your firmware. So make sure that you need to install the latest firmware, but it's not. It doesn't mean that you need to install a beta version. Make sense?
Yeah.
So how this looks like? Suppose this is a Juniper devices that we have right now. Yes, exactly. So how do you find out the latest version of your firmware? So you have portal available. Okay, the company portal available. Juniper firmware update. So you have also available. Suppose this is the device available. Suppose this is my Juniper device. Okay. So if you're going through the firmware, you will find out the new firmware availability same time on the device. There it is. You go into the firmware, and you just find out the devices automatically find out the firmware. Wait, second is not coming. Yes, right. So which firmware is this, and what's going to be using it? This is available. Same things will be applied on the our Juniper device. Which firmware is available and which firmware we need to install it. Same sort of information will be available same time on the device. Or you have also options available. You go to downloads of your Juniper devices, okay, and this is the latest command solution. So different so dear, so this is the things available to. So you need to go to always the newer version of the devices and whatever the firmware available, it will be available on the particular site. So what type of device yours? So your SRX devices, SRX devices. So SRX device it's just look like this device it is, okay, and you need to go there and uh, this is the firmware available. So my dear friend, first of all, you need to check it out what model of your device and the release note. So what you're going to do it, you need to download this particular release notes and then you need to check it out what are different bugs will be fixed into this. Okay. So these are some release notes available of different prices. You know, 1.101 R1 release, R1 release, new one. This is your PDF format. Okay, so download PDF and then just check it out what are different firmware and what are the different things to be fixed into the particular. Okay, so SD1 capability, high performance, highly secure, threat protection, easy to manage skills, minimize PCO, total cost of ownership. So these are sort of things, these are the devices available, and then which sort of things, specifications, software, routing protocols, how it's going to effectively implement. Before you going to installations or upgradation of your firmware, you need to study these notes. Okay, so there it is, you need to go there and then you need to be simple. So downloads options available, then you just download the latest firmware of your device. You you can this information you will get in your portal as well, but this is also information available on your website. Okay, so this is the firmware available. You can just download this firmware and then you can restore it on the device. Very simple task. This is the firmware downloaded. So my defense, so what we will do, we have latest firmware there. Firmware, okay, so this firmware and ready. Right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, my dear friend, first of all, yes, we can do lots of things, but a matter of fact that if you're going to upgrade it or you have provide the right configurations on the device, later on there is no problem will be coming. Okay. Suppose you have configured the zones or policies, application filter, content, server, and you suddenly feel that there is a wrong somewhere. Then you stop, you need to work hard again. So you need to know what, first of all, make sure that things are working absolutely as per the plan. What is any device? First of all, we need to find out the vulnerability.
You're sounding muffled. You're going in and out.
Pardon?
Like you're going in and out. I'm not hearing clearly.
Okay, okay, okay. So this is the things we need to perform it. The fourth one, options available. Okay. The fifth thing, what we're going to perform it, my dear friend. Because yes, we going to do security things, but it will take some time to doing the security. How secured your firewall device? If you don't have upgraded your firmware is not updated, okay, the patches will be not updated. Your signatures will be not updated. Device is not secure. So if you're going to use the latest firmware, which is what, lots of bugs, lots of vulnerabilities will be fixed from the this particular firmware. That is why the companies are going to introduce latest updates to firmware to fix out the bugs which was happened earlier. So different cyber crimes will be happen. So this is the books. It's, yes, this is cyber intelligence report. This is for quarter 2020. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to teach the students the difference in the cyber crimes happen in modern time in 2020 year. So dark web is there, we have mishappening, okay, and different cyber crimes will be happening. So matter of fact that how your devices, suppose cyber crime will be happen on your networking device like Juniper. So as a security professionals, what you're going to do it? You need that your firewall device is fully patched. That is firmware. First thing, the first mandatory thing is this. And policies, content, zones, these are some different things. Suppose I'm a hacker, how can I going to hack your device, your firewall? Any ideas? Any guesses? Have you ever doing any hacking till now or not?
uh, uh, what comes to mind? I mean, if you don't SSH, if you don't use HTTPS, uh, the pinging like DOS attacks, like the DDoS attacks, you know, like ICMP attacks, like the pinging, or like trying to get into your device by password. Can you hold on a second? 1 second.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. Hello?
Okay, okay, okay. Are you available?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so Oscar, what I'm trying to tell you right now, yes, you're carrying the some of the things correctly, but it's not sequenced. Okay, and
Uh,
if you are a hacker, if you are a security professional, yes, sequence is very wonderful. Okay, fantastic. Doing the things. You should be think like a hacker always. You securing the security. You're going to Juniper, JNCIS. So you should be think like a hacker. If you are the intruder, if you are a hacker, what you going to do it? Yes, I can do multiple things. And how can I defense the things? Offensive and defensive approach very important concepts. Okay? But we are not going into the hacking environment. We will have to go for defensive approach always because we are security professional and defending your company from the different type of attacks. Okay? So the fifth steps you're gonna perform it. Load balancing on your interfaces of ISP. Right? You need to check it out the basic things like interfaces, the load balancing. Do you know that what is load balancing is all about?
Yeah, but like
Yes,
what?
please.
I mean, it's different. Like ISP, it could be BGP, and then if it's just a regular ISP, I guess you could use VRP or use like is it VR? I mean, when you say load balancing, you talk with Juniper. That's like low packet flow.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. No, the matter of fact that my dear friend is Oscar, if you're going to doing load balancing on your interfaces like ISP, I'm just going to show you how it looks like. Uh, there it is. Wait a second here. Juno, yeah, there it is. Not exactly. Yeah, there it is. So, wait a second. Yeah, it is. If you go into the load balancing sort of things, wait a second. This one. This is the failover and load balancing. Okay. So load balancing means that we have two interfaces of your ISP. Suppose one of your interface goes down and another take one place. So the $1 million question it is for you is high availability versus fault tolerance. Or what term it is? How are you going to provide a high availability and what is the fault tolerance? Suppose this device is going to hacked by somebody. What are you going to do with it? And also the load balancing sort of things. How can your device is high availability? The high availability, we can have, you know what, your device highly available every time, like active, active mode or active passive mode. Right. So what do you mean by active mode? Suppose we have two firewalls, two Juniper firewalls are working same time with same config. Okay. Any one device failed, another device will get the load of traffic moment. Okay. So traffic moment. So we have two devices available. of Juniper devices, we have configured the active mode same time in high availability. And suppose your one of the devices goes down, so another device will take a place same time. So there is no downtime. Down, fine. Okay. And what we're going to do? Why we're going to create? Just because of disaster recovery management. What do you mean by the disaster recovery management? Do you know that? For
Uh,
business continuity
okay.
and management. Yes. Any ideas you would like to share to me? Like disaster recovery management. How the disaster will be happen? Your firewall goes down. This is the disaster right now. Your persons, your the company is not going to work at the same time. Okay. So what sort of things you're gonna perform to high availability of the devices? Disaster will be there. How to recover the devices? Disaster. Any
Uh,
ideas? Yes.
I mean, like if the power supply goes down or the device just fails, so you need always like to be able to swap it out.
Yes, you're right. So, what sort of things you're gonna perform it? If the disaster like the power supply goes down, your firewall goes down. No one can use it. What are you going to do it then?
I mean, I know Juniper has something called Graceful Routing, and they do a virtual chassis where they just you connect it so that nothing goes down if one fails. Non-stop
Mm-hmm.
forwarding.
Okay.
Configure devices to with aggregated ports connecting to each other.
Okay. So this is the booklet. Okay. I have this checking for you, Juniper Network Certified Specialist. Okay. In this Juniper just routing policies, the open OSPF, Intimate Systems of ISIS, border at BGP Advanced, okay, multicasting, MPLS, Advanced MPLS, and layer 2 and layer 3 virtual private networks. Yes, we want to study this problem with this. But the things to understand right now is the basic fundamentals of the firewalls. Okay, so your firewall goes down. Okay, power supply issues there. So we require to do some high availability of the devices. So we can configure two devices. Suppose one device goes fail, another device will take a place same time. There is no downtime for the company. Yes, the cost is involved same time. You need to understand. So the cost is there. You can say simply to your management that yes, we can go for the high availability set, sir, for this disaster recovery management. The matter of fact that we need to provide some more costing of the firewall. Yeah, that is. Another another way of this, you have go for some active passive mode. So active passive mode means that we have one device right now, one firewall is gonna working. Suppose one firewall goes down, and then you have to provide a same device will be available configuration there, but the device is not gonna running right now. So you need to start your device. The firewall, second firewall, you need to start same time. So this is also the part of the high availability of your devices. So what we can say that we have some talking about some load balancing is this. So load balancing means what do you mean by the types of load balancing? This is ratio method. Ratio method, now Robin method, or method. Yes. So do you know something about all sort of things?
Somewhat. I mean, like when we're talking about load balancing, I mean, if we're talking about routing protocol, that's one way of load balancing. And then when on the layer two side, the VRP. So I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, round robin is just like either or kind of way, and the spillover is like I guess it would be the active passive, where it would just one fails, the backup would take over.
Yes. So, my dear friend, of the ratio method, it just looks like I will going to teach you. Like you have two interfaces, two ISPs, and then what we're going to do it, we need to provide some load ratio. One interface, one ISP is 40% load for traffic, and another, the, the second ISP, we have 60% load of the traffic. Okay. So this is your ratio methods. You can just configure your interfaces, how much number of percentage the packet will be flow interfaces, right? Understand? Okay, and the round robin method, it's basically you can say that we have two interfaces, one packet moving to one ISP, and another packet will be going to another ISP. Okay, dear. These are the things we'll comfortably solve. Spillover, we need to maintain exactly. Spillover we have not used enough in check it out how it's gonna work in spillover. So it should say you were very powerful in the okay. So this is the thing. Fallback plan. So it's a sort of fallback plan. Sort of things. Okay. HP then goes down. No connectivity. Okay. And this spillover method is basically this here. Check it out. The firewalls we have, the demo firewalls we have. So we just go in there. We have some spillover just a thing here. So when bandwidth exceeds this particular things, action flows will be going to another facility. Okay. So bandwidth limit sort of things on the interface side. This is the spillover methods we're gonna use it.
But does Juniper have something like that? I don't think they have that.
Yeah, yes. Every firewall we have. The functionality will be available everywhere.
Okay. So like the sonic, well, that's shown by interface.
Yes. This is the one demo firewalls we have. And increased, then choose another interface. Okay. So this is sort of things we're gonna configure on the our Juniper devices. Okay. This is the load balancing. So the functionality, the basic failover, okay, and the round robin method. So this is the functionality you can configure other devices. Suppose you're gonna perform on the checkpoint device, follow it to FortiGate, Sonic One, Dale, on the Juniper. Every device have some these functionality will be available. So how do you going to perform on the load balancing sort of things? Okay, and every device, every firewall have the high availability and fault tolerance availability. Okay? So this is the things you active mode, active passive mode sort of things you want to configure it as per your requirement, as per your company registered sort of things. So what you're going to do it, I'm just going to provide this particular. First of all, you need to for your homeworks. We can say tomorrow we're going to connect. So this is the thing. So very first of all, you need to download this particular softwares, then understand different licensing sort of things, create your account, and then what we do it, I just write it down the things for you and you put the chat box. So this is the migration sort of things. And how can we going to the security, the application security or SDN security sort of things. So you need to be, you have to configure step by step. So I'm going to share this file to you, no problem with this. Okay. And then the second step, which we talking about here, your new implementation for the device. So GUI, CLI mode, whatever you like. So the Juno is a firmware name. You need to be remember. Okay. Different operating systems, different firewalls have different uh, name of the OS. Like for Juniper, they have, we can say that Junos. If you're talking about some follow device, we have PAN OS. Okay. And if you're talking about some in the checkpoint, we have SMS there. And this is also. So you just like this and all sort of things because I'm just trying to go the basic fundamentals to advanced fundamentals. Okay. Suppose I'm just talking about in this particular slides I have prepared for you, but I need to first of all go through the basic fundamentals here. Okay, suppose we just talking about some applications, identity and policy protocol. Yes, we can do it, but the matter of fact that where we need to apply this particular protocol, policy control. First of all, we need to configure a device correctly, a firewall device. We need to set up PAN-OS correctly. We need to set up some interfaces correctly. We need to set up some zones correctly. Okay, secure
Okay.
manner, secure manner of your device available. So what I'm trying to tell you is the benchmark. Okay,
Okay.
benchmark of your firewall. Okay, so it means that the software is software versus hardware. Okay, so as a security professionals, you need to be provided with a fantastic or good benchmark of your firewall. We can say that what is the best softwares, best policies, best application control, IDS, IPS, deep packet inspections, or the VPNs, SSL VPNs, the policies, which is the best one, how to configure it, where to configure it, who's to configure it, what what sort of scenario-based questions we have. The second thing is your hardware. Okay, how
Okay.
how can be your hardware is more secure? So hardware, it means that the interfaces, if your interfaces are what compromised, like your physical interface of your WAN IP address is going to be compromised, then there is no use of your policies inside this. So make sure that if you're going to provide a security of your firewall or any devices or whatever you configure it, so hardware and software benchmark need to be conformed. So benchmark means just testing your device before we go to moving to the production, whether your device is fully secured or not. What are the different vulnerabilities that's inside your firewall? So find out the vulnerabilities and threats, and as per these threats and vulnerabilities, you will go for the penetration testing of your firewall. When the pen test, suppose I'm a pen test doing the penetration testing of your firewall, I need to find out the number of bugs into your firewall. The misconfiguration of your firewall is also a big problem for the companies currently. So you need to configure your firewall device is very effective way so that very efficient or very great manner so that no one can be compromised of your hardware or your software. Okay, Oscar.
Okay.
So today we are to wrap up this class. We try to learn all the sort of things which I'm talking today. Okay, that is very
Okay.
informative for you. And today, tomorrow we will go some more advanced topics like routing, switching, the policies, the control policies, how the things are working. That
Okay.
is why I'm always going for the step-by-step procedures. You don't have
Okay.
to go for three. If you're going to hurry on the policies, the content, the filter sort of things, then you don't have to. You are missing something like your basic fundamentals of your firewall. That's what
Okay.
I'm not doing. Okay, so this I'm just going to send this particular file to you. The problem with this setting. Yes, this. Then, so I'm going to stop this. Is canceling. I'm going to try it. Okay, so I will gonna provide you some more the what PDF and also the presentations, but you need to understand the things which I'm talking to you so that it is really helpful to you for your career, your future, and also it is very helpful to your existing job. That how do you understand the things? Because after some times we will go for the uh, troubleshooting approach, right? The troubleshooting approach, if you don't know the basic fundamentals, then there's a huge problem for you to understand things.
Could I get the study guide? the JNCIS study guide?
Yeah, yes, yes. Why not? I will provide you on this particular into this chat box. I will going to send to you. No problem with this. This is this one. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, this one. Okay. Thank you for your time and just going to study and then tomorrow we will study again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.